Hello, welcome again. Today, I would love to discuss a topic with you um, that I think many of us have come across before and explored, and it is the subject of intelligence quotient. But today, I'd love to expand on that and explore all the different areas of intelligence that perhaps we visit less often. So, as a whole, the social milieu and the culture has focused on intelligence in recent decades, more heavily on IQ, right? Which is it's more about using our reasoning abilities and utilizing the information and logic to be able to answer questions and make predictions. So, and there's all different kinds of aspects to intellectual quotient, like different aptitudes, like graphoria and your deductive reasoning, and various other aptitudes of that nature. So, but today, I would love to expand on that and explore some different quotients that we tend to disregard. And I think it's an important part of recognizing the whole of our human beingness. So, one that I feel like is kind of um, really is very present in our lives, and it was a good one to focus on is our emotional quotient. And in my experience, I love to explore that. I love to look at this from the lens of like heart intelligence, and also the lower emotional. I've found that emotions are low. There's like a lower and a higher level of emotional intelligence in our lives. So, and our hearts contain so much. They can have a genius of their own, right? They can have a brilliance that we learn to connect to and practice every day, that we can demonstrate in our relationships with ourselves and with others, and how we relate to different subjects in our lives. So, and it's kind of like a stick shift, and you can shift into, say, like a physical quotient, into the emotional quotient, into the intellectual quotient, into spiritual quotient, right? It's like a gear shift that you can play around with in your life as you like and as you see fit. So, so there's intellectual quotient, and we have emotional quotient, and we also have one of my favorites, a physical quotient, PQ, and that goes into more of how our proprioceptive abilities and how we connect to the body's intelligence, and not only through movement and our awareness and connection with the body, but also our ability to perform in sports, our ability to it's the connection between our mind and our body, and how in touch we are with that. So, this kinesthetic ability comes through. It can be taught, it can be it can be learned. Since a lot of people have these different intelligence more and more of an innate form, and that's okay too. But the truth is that we have such a high degree of neuroplasticity. Our nerves are malleable and changeable and expandable. We can grow them over time with practice and focus and greater awareness. So, so these proprioceptive abilities and intelligences that we have can be trained. So, and another one of my favorites, is a spiritual quotient, right? Our spiritual intelligence. And to me, in my experience, what that points to, is more how are we relating to, how connected are we to the spiritual beings that we are, right? So, and that is that practice of beingness, our practice of how connected we are to the presence that underlies our physical bodies, that underlies and fuels the mind body. So that's another, some people, it seems like they're just born with this, and other cultures too seem to focus more on it. When I was living in India for over 2 years, I noticed that the culture has such a firmer grasp of these different intelligences, especially the spiritual quotient in that arena, that realm. It's just part of how they were raised, and it's part of like the cultural consciousness that comes with growing up there, or living there. So these are all things that we can grow and cultivate, and with just by looking at them every day and seeing how we're being connected to and developing these various levels of intelligences. So I invite you to do that and play with it, have some fun, and let me know what your experience is like. Remember to subscribe below to my channel for updates and more fun and exciting videos. And feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you, thank you, thank you.